guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to share with you another Flicks and Lit video, and today I'm going to be talking about Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. So the book Practical Magic centers around two sisters, Jillian and Sally, who are raised by two aunts in New England that are witches, and their upbringing is unconventional, and they have kind of a lot of baggage surrounding their upbringing. One of the things, the main thing, which is that there is a curse on their family, or they believe they have been cursed, so that any man they fall in love with will die. And so the book kind of follows these two women as they grow up and become middle-aged, and they are presented with a situation that they have to deal with and kind of come together to deal with. That's all I'm going to say about the plot, because I don't want it to get too spoilery, but I went ahead and watched the movie, and I should say I have never seen the movie Practical Magic. I know, how have I not seen Practical Magic? I feel like it's one of those cult movies that everybody has seen at least once, and I somehow missed it. So going into this movie, it was the first time I'd ever seen it, and I just finished the book, so of course I couldn't help but compare the two. And I think that overall, the movie took all of the core and good elements that the book had and made it better. Yes, this is one of those instances where I think the movie was better than the book. And the reason that I feel that way is because the book is called Practical Magic, right? I went into it thinking it was going to have more magical and supernatural sort of elements. And though it does have that a little bit, you see it a little bit, it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. And in the end, I felt like the plot just lacked that sort of magic. And I think overall as a plot, the book was pretty slow. It was definitely more focused on the characters, these two sisters, their relationship. The one sister has two daughters, so you see how their relationship is with their mother and with their aunts and with each other. It's very much about the relationships, and so the plot definitely took a backseat in the book. And I think that the plot sort of suffered for that reason, and the movie went ahead and changed the plot, which normally would aggravate me, but I think in this case, it definitely made changes for the better. It made the plot more climactic, because I think in the book, there was definitely an absence of a climax, in my opinion. And so in the movie, there's definitely you know, a buildup of something and a big climax happens, and it just kind of overall felt more satisfying in terms of the plot. And I think that also the movie went ahead and took way more interest in the magical elements and the whole idea that these women are witches, and definitely took that further than the book ever did, which again I appreciated, because that's what I kind of wanted from the book and didn't really get. And I thought that the changes made there were also for the better. There were so many things about the movie that I did like. I really liked the casting. I felt like especially the casting of the two aunts was done really well. And again, they kind of changed those characters a little bit for the movie. I think in the book, the aunts were the women that raised the sisters, and they were reluctant to be caregivers for these girls and guardians for these girls in the book, and so they were a little more detached. They were not as affectionate and attentive, and obviously in the movie they are way more just affectionate to the girls and more likable in general. And I kind of liked that, because I felt like the aunts in the book just sort of lacked something, and I liked that in the movie they had more kind of like more personality, and just they were more present, I guess. And I think casting Nicole Kidman as Jillian and Sandra Bullock as Sally was like perfectly done. They were, I think, perfect for the roles. They did really well with them. They changed elements of some of the other characters and completely omitted a character from the book, which I was okay with, because that element of the book was not something I was super interested in anyway. So removing that character and omitting that whole kind of side plot was totally okay with me. So yeah, I think that the things that they omitted worked well, and the things that they added in to basically make the story more interesting were spot on. I thought that they did really well with them. I also liked just kind of the 90s vibe that this story kind of has, and obviously the soundtrack kind of has. It does feel like a 90s movie, which I think is great. And I loved that they, of course, had to put in a couple Stevie Nicks songs into the soundtrack. I mean, can you do a movie about witchcraft without having Stevie Nicks music in there somehow? So yeah, overall, I would say I enjoyed the book. I haven't fully reviewed the book on my channel yet. That's going to be in my October wrap-up. But, so you're kind of getting a sneak peek. But I enjoyed the book, but like I said, it lacked certain elements that I was looking for, and it was a bit slower than I was expecting. With that being said, I will probably read the other books in this series because I'm interested, and I did like the characters. This book just didn't quite have that plot I was looking for, whereas the movie totally did. And the movie kind of just had that nice blend of like the supernatural stuff and the real life stuff and the romance stuff. It all just sort of worked. And so I think that if you were interested in reading the book, go ahead and do it. But if you've already seen the movie and you go back and read the book, you might be disappointed. You might be like, this is not the story that I know from the movie, because it's not. It's different. But like I said, the changes they made were definitely for the better. Alright guys, so those are my thoughts on Practical Magic, the movie adaptation, kind of comparing the movie and the book. Let me know down below if you have seen the movie, read the book, what were your thoughts on it. I would love for everyone to chat about it in the comments. And of course, as always, in my Flicks and Lit videos, I would love for you to give me any suggestions that you have for future Flicks and Lit videos, book to movie adaptation comparisons. I would love your input. So yeah, that is all I have for today, guys. I hope you are having a wonderful week, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.